Some of the RV manufacturers and some of the RV dealerships across the United States and Canada are going to absolutely hate me and this video. But hey, the juice is worth the squeeze. Welcome to HB RV Lifestyle. They call me the Honey Badger because I give it to you straight and transparent about the RV business. And today I'm giving you my top 5 worst. I'll say that again. My top 5 worst single axle travel trailer brands for year model 2025. Now, if this is the first time you have seen one of my videos, I have over 10 years experience in the RV industry at the dealership level. I've been a technician, a service writer, a salesman. I've done just about every job you can think of at an RV dealership except for owner, okay? Now, this list will have some brands that make both single axle and dual axle travel trailers. Just because they're on this list does not mean they're on the dual axle list. So in this series of videos, I'm going to break it down by segments. We're going to start with the single axle travel trailers, the bottom of the barrel. And we're going to start with number 5, Black Series. Black Series for a while, let's call it 2016, 17, 18, 19. There was like a 4-year stretch where they were just amazing. Great off-road travel trailers, very unique, very innovative, very expensive. And ever since COVID, they have turned to absolute trash. Here's the thing. Not only did the quality go down, but also the ability to get warranty claims processed and parts out to dealerships or customers of theirs, that has become a problem. It's become a humongous problem. I've gotten, pardon me, several emails from customers that own Black Series trailers. We're talking newer ones, and they're just having huge problems with getting warranty claims processed. Nothing has changed. That's why they're on this list. There is no change at the Black Series plant to make me feel or make me think that their 2025 product is going to be any better, or it might actually be worse. Who knows? But the reality is if I were you, I would not spend that kind of money on that travel trailer. But they aren't the worst. Far from it. They're not the worst single axle trailer out there. But the number 4 on my list is Coachman Catalina. Now, again, this is one of those brands that makes a dual axle and a single axle travel trailer. Now, I will give you a spoiler alert. Their dual axle travel trailers are not on my other list. They're not on the list of the worst dual axle trailers. They're only on my list for the worst single axle travel trailers. Now, a lot of this you can thank to another brand that's on this list. I'm not going to spoil that yet. You have to find out later. But this particular brand created a synergy, or like this trend of let's build a really crappy small travel trailer and make it really cheap and sell 10,000 of them. Well, what they didn't realize is when you flood the market with all cheap crap, it doesn't help matters any. It doesn't help move the needle at all. Now it's all about a price battle rather than, hey, this is what I've got. I'll give you an example. Coachman, Clipper, and Viking travel trailers for a long time used the NXG chassis. It was huck bolt. So it gave you, even though they were more money than some of the other brands, gave you a quality. You didn't have any welding. You didn't have lipper, things of that nature. So it gave you a better quality pitch to talk about the product. Coachman Catalina has just basically, let's just strip a bunch of stuff out of these single axle travel trailers and make them super cheap. And then if you go back to 2022, 23, 24, they've had a lot of recalls on those single axle travel trailers. So like the 18 BHS, the 16 RBX, the 16 BHX. I mean, they might sell a lot of them because of the price point, but they're not a very good quality trailer. Now, something positive about Coachman Catalina. Coachman Catalina did a great job of reinventing and reimagining the interior design of their travel trailers. They look great. The lipstick on the pig looks fabulous. And that's not meant to be a sarcastic comment. That's meant to be like, it's direct and honest, right? Okay. But they aren't the worst, guys. They are not even close to the worst single axle travel trailer built right now. That honor we'll get to later, but number 3 on my list is Gulfstream Amerilite. Another one of those trailers that's really super cheap price-wise. You know, one of those $13,995, $12,995, $14,995 trailers. But I could tell you, if you use it any more than a day or two at a time, every once in a while, you start to see the walls look a little weird. You start to see the floors look a little weird. And from what I can see, their 2025 product has not improved. Now remember, this list is fluid. So if they can prove to me that they've made these changes, they fly me out to the factory, you know, treat me with kid gloves and not come after me with a punching bag, right? If you get my drift, you know, they could come off the list and I could redo the list, right? So the list is fluid. As things go on, you know, hopefully they'll make improvements. But Gulfstream has not made any improvements to the Amerilite. It's still, to me, something you should stay away from. But they're not the worst. No. They're not the worst. By the way, go back to the Coachman Catalina. I forgot to mention that it's /Aurora, because Aurora and Catalina are the same product, okay? Number 2 is Coleman, 17B Coleman, 17D Coleman, any single axle Dutchman Coleman /Aspen Trail /Colorado. They're all 3 the same product. Coleman is Camping World only. Aspen Trail is spread out throughout the country, so is Colorado. These travel trailers are all that $13,995 trailer again. But when you go inside of them, when you actually walk inside of one, you start to feel like it's not really stable. Now imagine putting a family of 4 in these things. Woo! You may go for a ride on the dealership if there's any kind of incline. They're just, and again, they're not built to be this superior product. But again, the price point attracts people. Side-mounted air conditioner, no furnace, fireplace, little dinky, weird refrigerator, no solar. I mean, there's a lot of like, you almost have to buy it and plug it in at a campsite all the time. You can't like go to the lake. You're going to want to put stuff in a cooler. I mean, it's just a really cheap trailer. We call them half book because they're really, as soon as you take it off the lot, they're worth about half of what you paid for it. So if you paid 14 grand, it's probably worth 7 when you drive it off the lot, because it's just one of those type of trailers. Similar to those old Nissan Sentras with the roll-up windows. If you remember that, no AC, no radio, little roll-up window you could buy for like 9 grand brand new. If you remember those cars, let me know in the comments section. I really want to hear what you have to say about that. And again, Coleman, Aspen Trail, and Colorado may not be on my dual axle list. They may only be on the single axle list. But here's the catchy part. Here's what people are going to go, wait a minute. Coleman's number 2. So who could possibly be number 1? Well, before I get to number 1, I do want to make one quick announcement. Its own personal announcement. Real quick. Memberships. If you pay the $24.95 a month to be a member of the channel here on YouTube, every 2 weeks I'm going to give away information that's exclusive to members only. And the next video is going to be the top 3 scams nobody talks about at the RV dealership. I'm going to give you scams nobody wants you to know. So if you join the membership by Monday, October 14th, 2024, I will have that video up and running. Okay, top 3 scams RV dealerships don't want me to talk about. Okay, number 1 on the list is going to shock you folks. It's going to be Cherokee Wolf Pup. Now, this isn't the gray wolf. This isn't the alpha wolf. This is the wolf pup. Now, most people are going to be shocked, like, wait, I own a wolf pup. Why do you think it's the worst? Well, there's a combination of things, okay? Number one thing is they are way overpriced for what they are. Number two, I have had nothing but problems service-wise with those single axle trailers for the last 3-4 years. And they didn't make any quality control changes at Cherokee. They also mass produce these things. So I'm going to give you a story real quick. I was working at a dealership in Nevada, as most of you know. I had a single axle 16 BHS wolf pup come down from the factory, and we opened up the door and it smelled like the black tank was just reeking. It smelled like crap, along with vomit, along with cigar, along with pot. It was just atrocious. It's like they used that trailer as an outhouse in their yard. Okay, watch this. So they cleaned it all up for me, but when I looked at the data manufacturer, it was almost 6 months sitting out there in the yard. 6 months. So that means Cherokee mass produces all their trailers, sits them in the yard, and tells the sales guys to sell them out of the yard. That's pretty much how it works at Cherokee. How can you have a quality product when stuff sits out in the yard for 4 or 5 or 6 months because the economy's slow? How can you keep up the quality build and the service when you just don't stop building and you have no quality control that has improved? I'm not saying they don't have it. Every manufacturer has some form of quality person or PDI person, but they don't PDI every trailer. They don't have the personnel to do that. But in this case, they're so mass produced and pushed out the door that the quality and the service and the warranty are just not up to par compared to other Forest River brands. There are a lot of Forest River brands out there that are actually really good at warranty and quality. But Cherokee Wolf Pup, I hate to say this, it looks great. It looks wonderful. But just realize you're going to have problems. So, now, I got a question for you. Did I miss anything on this list? Let me know in the comments section if I missed a brand that you think is worse than those 5. So to recap, Black Series number 5, Coachman Catalina number 4, Gulfstream Amerilite number 3, Coleman / Aspen Trail / Colorado number 2, and Cherokee Wolf Pup number 1 worst travel trailer for year model 2025. Remember, the list is fluid, guys. The list is fluid. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content.